Hello, hello, hello everybody. This is Robin from Roaming with Rover. And today we're going to be talking about WIPs. So, you know, starting the beginning of the year, I'm going to be doing a WIP work down, which I am calling Fun with Fiber. We're going to be dealing with knitting, we're going to be dealing with crocheting, cross stitch, embroidery, all the things. Maybe down the road we'll be throwing in some of the jewelry stuff. I've got some beading projects that I've started and not finished. But for right now, I'm just going to focus on the fiber stuff. So we are going to be doing what I think it's going to be kind of fun. We're going to be doing a spin the wheel, picking a project to work on. We'll work on that project, and I am committing to 1 hour a day or a total of 7 hours per week for that individual project. And then the next week we'll spin the wheel and pick a different project. 1 week I'll do knit, 1 week I'll do crochet, 1 week I will do stitching, which is the embroidery and cross stitch. And then the 4th week I will spin the wheel and have viewers' names on there, and that viewer gets to pick my project. And we'll go into more detail later when we get to that, but that viewer will have the opportunity to either spin the wheel for an existing project, or they can pick one specifically for me to work on. Because of that, I wanted to do a WIP video so you guys would know which projects are available to pick from. And we're going to start with crochet. This video is just going to be my crochet WIPs. Is this every crochet WIP I have? As far as I know right now, I've pretty much gone through everything, and I can't find any others. Does that mean something isn't going to pop up that I've stuffed into a closet or a cupboard somewhere? You know how that goes. So as of right now, these are all the crochet WIPs that I can physically find. And there may be some, you know, sometimes you go, where's that one project? I know I started that thing. But anywho, this is what we've got right now. Okay. Oh, and I was going to keep track of these too. So number one, let me show you what I did. I went to, I think it's called Home Goods. I'd never been there before, but I'd heard they had a lot of stuff. And I bought these. They're laundry baskets, but they're big and they're cute. And so this is what I'm storing my WIPs in right now, and then it tucks right over there underneath the desk. So this is, I got the purple one for crochet, had to get 2 of them, and then I got another black one for my knit projects. One thing is the knit projects aren't as big. I'm not doing a lot of blankets and things like I tend to do with my crochet. So anywho, number 1 is the, what's it called? The fruit garden blanket that we started with Miss Dana last year. This is the color I'm doing. The not robin's egg, duck egg blue is the color that is the one that I'm doing. I've got a decent start on it. I can't even remember how many blocks I have done. I want to say I'm in the 3rd section, but I don't know. I can't remember. But I've got it all tucked away. And I do remember that when I was doing one of these projects, this is my, not Sophie. What is this? The Pride and Prejudice, the blanket we did based on Pride and Prejudice. I had to borrow some of this, the robin's egg, duck egg. I had to borrow some of the duck egg to finish these projects up. So I had to order more, which I have right there. So that's ready to go. So number 1 is the fruit garden. Put this in the bottom of this big old bag. I better close it up. So nothing falls out. Oh my goodness. The canvas on this is so stiff. This is my Dallas Fiber Festival bag that I got. Not this time, the time before when I went. Okay, so that's going in the bottom. My next project. Let's just write this down. I'm gonna keep a running total. So that's just number 1. Okay. My next project, which is in this really cute, it's a quilted bag that I bought in Florida, and it's got a little bit of a Disney design on it, and I got it at the Disney store down there, and I really, really like it. Oh, this is what I'm really excited about. This is my Solotch Into the Woods. There's a basic Solotch, which is all trees, and then this one, Into the Woods, it's got some deer, and it's got the little houses and things. So this is my Solotch Into the Woods. This is one of the projects. Both of these are projects I really, really want to get done this year. And I have barely started this thing. I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 rows done on it. But this was a kit that I got from Mary Maxim. Whoops, there's my scissors in there. But those are the colors I'm using, the Prism and then the basic. So this is another one that I really, really want to do this year. Can't even get it back in the bag. There we go. That goes in the container. All right, what do we got here? So that's number 2 is the Solotch. Number 3 is a baby blanket. It was another kit, and it's using the Chow Baby yarn in a gray and a yellow. It's very pretty yarn. I really like working with this yarn. It's very soft, and it's kind of a wavy blanket. This is how much I've got done. And the baby that I'm making this for just turned 1 year old. So, be a good thing to get this done. That would be a good thing to get done. So that's number 3, baby blanket. Number 4. Oh, number 4 is not a project. This bag just has extra yarn in it for another project. So it's just storage. All right. See, 1 whole bin done, and we only have 3 projects in there. All right, let's grab this second bin. All right, this project, this is basically a gigantic granny. And this is what, I started this a while ago, probably two summers ago. And I am using, this is called, and these are giant skeins of yarn. This is Comfort, Red Heart Comfort, which you can't even buy in the US. I got this out of Canada. I ordered this out of Canada. Obviously, it's a 4-weight basic Red Heart yarn. This is a 12-ounce ball, so it's 612 yards. I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it. I like the color. The color is very pretty. Where did my hook go? But it's got these little, it's kind of tweedy looking. And what I'm doing with this is it's going to be one of those cocoon sweaters. So you just do a giant square, and then you sew the sleeve up a little bit, and you just got to basically cocoon. And I believe I started this to help Miss Morgan learn how to crochet. Well, she is miles ahead of this. I think she finished hers in a week or 2, and here I am a year later. This is great for when I'm sitting here talking to you guys and I need something to work on, because it's, you know, a giant granny square. It has managed 2 WIP cleanouts so far without me tearing it out. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just not in love with it, and I don't know that I'll use it, but we'll see. So it's a great project for not thinking. You literally just go round and round until you decide it's big enough, and then you're done. What do you guys think? Should I keep going on this one? It's a good mindless project, but I don't know. I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it. Okay, so let's go in the bottom of the bag. So that's 4. It's going in the bottom of the bag. All right. My next project is one that I very, very much love. And this is my Sophie's Universe. Oh, there's the pattern book for that. Look at that puppy. There's the pattern book for that. I've got each one of the sections marked. I'm enjoying this a lot. For the most part, her pattern is really well done, and you don't need anything. Every page in this is one of the rounds. You don't need much extra help. Every once in a while, and she has a video for every round also. And every once in a while, I'll go to the video to see exactly where she's starting something or exactly where she's putting the hook. But for the most part, just following the book is just fine. Now, I started this a few years ago. Same year I started the fruit garden. And I am this far in. So, I mean, I've got it. I'm in quite a ways on this. This is what I did, thinking I was being clever. I am only obviously doing one color. And as you can see, a lot of people, she uses many, many, many colors. When I started this, I was not as comfortable with color as I am now. If I were starting this today, I would pick all the colors out of there and make it the full colors. The onlyest problem I have had with only having one color in this is once in a while, you have to, go down and pick up a stitch from a previous row. And it's hard to see when it's the same color. And when she is showing her example and you can see exactly what color row you were going into, much, much easier. But other than that, every time I do a row of this, I'm like, oh man, I really like this. So yes, I'm absolutely going to keep going on this. Will I finish the whole thing? Who knows? But I do enjoy it. I really like the blanket. And so for right now, this is in the absolute finish pile. And it is another one that I really want to get back to and get done. Okay, so that's going on. So that's 5. Not nearly as many as I thought we were going to have. This is my next big one. And I've been working on this one for a while. And you guys know, you've seen this before. And I absolutely do not like this project. It is that's not fair. I like the project. I don't like the stitch. It is a Christmas stocking. Let's see if I can find the first page. Boy, do I have a lot of junk. A lot of junk in here. It's a Christmas stocking. Here we go. It's the Festive Heirloom Stocking by, and I remember writing her name down. There's a set of 4 of them. And at one point I thought I was going to do it's Nikki's Homemade Crafts. Nope, I lied. It's brooklynhandcrafted.com. And she's got a series of 4 of them. There's one. This one's got some reindeer. And I thought I was going to do all 4 of them. That one just has the basic Christmassy design. And here's the problem I'm having. The main stitch to create this is the waistcoat stitch. I hate it. I hate that stitch. And I started this project to learn how to do that stitch. And the problem that I'm having is I put this on one of these binders to follow my stitching. The problem that I'm having with this thing is it hurts my hands really, really bad to work on it. And I cannot get my stitches to come out loose enough that I can get the hook in there without just cramming it in. So this is all the farther I've got on that thing. I feel like I am really torn on this. I don't love the project. I hate the stitch. I feel like maybe it's time to just give it up. What do you guys think? Time to just give it up? Stop wasting my energy on this, and I can find a different sock pattern that is much easier for me to do You don't have to finish everything that you start, right? Isn't that what we keep teaching ourselves? So let me know, because otherwise I'm just going to keep plowing. And I mean, this hurts my hands so much. I can only do like 2 rows and I have to stop. There's no way. Well, maybe I could work on it for an hour. That would probably be 3 rows. But it's really pretty. I love the final design. I'm hating this process though. But that extra yarn that I had in the other bag, that was for this project. And I'm just using a basic stitch, so it's a basic yarn, which I could find any number of patterns that would work for that. I want your opinion. Let me know what you think. I am really just on the verge of calling it quits. And then I think I can figure this out. There's got to be a way to make this work. People do this stitch all the time and they love it. I don't know. So that's going in the bag. Whoops. Okay, now I got a couple smaller projects. This one is only going to take me a couple hours to finish. It is it's my blocks from the Elfin Square Exchange with Miss Dana last year. And I've got all the blocks done. I laid them all out in the order I want them to be. And now I just have to sew them together and then, you know, probably do a little border. And then that'll be done. So this would be a really good one to get started on. Get started and finished. It wouldn't take, if the 1 week it gets pulled, I'll be able to finish that. And then I'll have a nice little throw blanket. I ended up with a couple extra squares from that. And I was trying to decide, what could I do with these? What could I do with these? And then I thought I could literally just sew these together and keep the top open and use it as a case for like my Kindle or something like that. So that's going to be kind of a bonus project to use up those squares. I have this mess. So a while ago I made this. In fact, it was one of the cruise projects. Oh, I didn't write down that. 7. Okay, we're at 7. We only have 7 so far. This was a wrap that I made, and I finished it a couple years ago when we went on the cruise, and I took all those projects with me, and you guys all laughed at me because I took so much stuff. And I finished it, but it's not near long enough for me to make me happy. So what I'm going to do, it's pretty. It's very, very pretty. But see, this is all the longer it is. I mean, for me, let's see if I can get this on. It doesn't even, it barely even goes around my shoulder. So it's of no use like that, like as a wrap. What I'm going to do, because I do have more yarn, is I'm just going to make it longer. Just going to add some more rows to it. So probably another, at least a foot, if not 2. I like my wraps to be 6 feet long. And this is maybe 4. So I got quite a ways to go on this to make me happy. I'm going to lose my stitch, so I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it so I don't lose that stitch. There we go. There we go. So this came out of the finish pile and has gone into the keep working on it pile. Luckily, I had another skein of that exact yarn. And I will just go and go and go on that until it's long enough to make me happy. I'm using one of my furls. This is my eye hook, my furls eye hook. It's got a really, really sharp tip on this. Can you see how sharp that tip is? And where is it? Right there. Right there. And with this yarn, that really helped a lot. So it's called the Sunset Wrap, and it's by Selena Baca. It's supposed to be a 1 skein project. Not for me. Not 1 skein for me. Definitely needs to be longer. Okay. And then my last WIP And this is from a long time ago. I started this and at my daughter's house. Oh, there's a crochet hook. I started this at my daughter's house when we were still, I think we were still on the road. And it is filet crochet, which I really like filet crochet. I was looking for because I've got the breakdown. Here it is. Filet crochet, it's a table runner. Easter table runner is called. And I think I got it out of one of the Crochet World magazines. So the design, it's an Easter design. You see it's got the bunny and it's got the Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff. And you work from the bottom up like that. So I've got all of the pattern all printed out, and I'm using the Aunt Lydia's thread, crochet thread, and I want to say it's a size 10, which is a pretty common size for me to use for this kind of thing. And I remember I stopped working on it because I knew I didn't have enough of this to finish it, and I wanted to wait and see if I could get more. Well, I did. I was able to get more. So there's my teeny tiny crochet hook. And this is how far I am on it. Not very far. Not very far at all. But you can start to see the pattern getting worked up in there. I really like filet crochet. I have always enjoyed it. You use it a lot when you're making doilies and table runners, and you can, obviously you build in the design so you can see the picture out of when you're working in this kind of a project. So this is something that I do want to finish. And it's going to take many hours to get that complete. But that would be a good one to work on. And y'all, that's it. That's it. That's all my crochet WIPs. So let's see, where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have nine crochet WIPs. Can you guys even imagine that with me? Now, we still have knit WIPs. We still have stitching WIPs. And there's things that I'm currently working on, like actively working on, that are not in these piles. So, and those are things, like I said, I'm committing to working the 7 hours a week on these, but I'm also working on my other projects as well. But that is it. 9 WIPs. So when it's time to spin the WIP wheel, one of these will get pulled. I'll work on it for a week. And then when I'm pulling the, I don't want to say subscribers, the viewer name wheel, then whoever gets picked that week can decide, do you want me to work on a crochet WIP? Do you want me to work on a knit WIP? Do you want me to work on a stitching WIP? Do you want to pick the WIP, or do you want me to spin the wheel? And then when we get down a few WIPs, then we'll talk about adding new projects to the mix. So that's it for right now. 9 WIPs. I'm shocked. I don't think I've been this low on WIPs ever since I've started crocheting. Do you remember that first one we did and I had like 30 WIPs? Yeah. So I've been finishing things, so proud of myself. And really, when you think about it, I'm down to a lot of big projects. How many of those were blankets? 1, 2, 3, about 5 of them were blankets. I don't even remember now, but lots of big projects. So very excited to get started on that. And we are going to start that on maybe January 1st. I kind of want to do a specific day of the week. Haven't even worked out the details on that, but we will. We'll figure out what the day of the week is, the first of the year, and we'll get that all figured out. And I might even do I might spin the person. I gotta find a better name for that. Help me out if you guys can think of a better name for that. Friends of the channel, something like that, something fun like that. So when we spin that person's name, I'll have to get a hold of them, find out what they want to do, and then so I'll probably spin that person's name, and then but it'll be next week that we put their stuff into the mix because they have to have time. I have time to get a hold of them and find out what they want me to work on and all that kind of stuff. Okie dokie. So I think that is it for now. Please like, please subscribe. I will set up a playlist for these so that you can keep an eye on what's going on, and also you'll be able to find the WIPs and to help when the time comes to pick a WIP to help me work on. Okay? Thank you guys so very much. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.